Hello everyone, welcome to Conversations with Sakina. In this video, we are going to take a look at the daily habit that may make you wealthy if you do it on a regular basis. So take a look at the images on the screen, choose the one that appeals to you the most. Timestamps are in the description box below. Hello, Pile 1. Okay, so we are going to take a look at a daily habit that you can adopt that can lead you to a wealthy lifestyle. So first we're going to look at who is giving you this message, and then we're going to take a look at what the habit is and go further from there. All right, so let us see who is bringing you this message. We have the Eight of Chalices. And in this case, we're actually going to not necessarily look at the Eight of Cups as a tarot, but the image on the card. And I'm seeing a gentleman, someone who is very wise, possibly from Asian descent. I'm going to say that this person is probably a spirit guide of yours. If you're drawn to like black swans, or that could be a goose, hard to tell for sure. Black ducks, if you're drawn to black ducks or black ducks are drawn to you, you know that that spirit guide is the one coming forward to you. And it appears that this spirit guide is also quite the traveler, or has been quite the traveler, has gathered a lot of knowledge about many different things. So this is one when you're having questions about how to anything. This is probably the one to call on, simply because with all his travels, he probably has an answer to pretty much anything that you ask about. So we'll put him over here for right now, and maybe a little further even. Okay, so what habit now are we looking at? So we have the Queen of Chalices, and this is the daily habit that you can do that can bring about a wealthy lifestyle. So with the Queen of Chalices, if you look at this card, she is just sitting, just being. And she has that cup in front of her, kind of a talisman for herself. This cup she can imagine filling up with wealth. And in this case, we are talking about money. Okay, there are many different kinds of wealth. In this, we are talking about money. So the suggestion here is that you sit, hold a cup, a chalice of your choice, and you can go to, say, a thrift store and see if you can find a chalice that you really connect with. Sit in a chair, feet flat on the floor, and you can put sounds of water around you. And imagine yourself filling that cup a little at a time with coins, gold coins. So that is the daily habit that your spirit guide is suggesting. So let's see what more can be said about this. Oh, and obviously, chances are we don't all have gold coins. So you can use any coins if you want to actually throw a coin in or several coins in each day that you do this still sitting. But in your mind's eye, you are putting gold coins in that cup, in your mind's eye. All right, so let's see what more your spirit guide has to share with you. All right, so we have the Eight of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Five of Wands, and the Three of Wands. First of all, we can see from the suits here, Swords, Pentacles, Cups, and Wands, this is a spiritual message coming from your spirit guide, okay? The Eight of Swords, this is saying that you so far, up to this point, have not been able to believe that you are capable of being wealthy. It's just something in your makeup has always kind of made you think that wealth is beyond you for some reason. But your spirit guide is saying you have the ability to be extremely wealthy in this lifetime, should you choose to do so or be so. You can have that happy lifestyle that you feel that wealth will bring to you. It's right there at your fingertips, always has been. It is kind of a given in this lifetime. Life is not meant to be a struggle. It is meant to be happy. But it all depends on how you go about spreading your energy around, how you feel about how you put your light out there into the world. Currently, it appears that you can't seem to find anything, or everything that you've tried thus far doesn't seem to have worked in your favor. You've chosen things that are things you're passionate about to work on, to do, but nothing is really going your way. And your guide is saying there is a passion, a singular passion that will allow you to grow in a way that can bring you this wealth and this happiness that you're seeking. And I believe that he's saying you do know what that is, but you always seem to be stuck in the planning stage and never really moving forward with the plan. You have a plan, you just don't believe in that plan. He's saying believe in that plan. Believe you can be wealthy. Believe that that is what you're meant to be, and the light that you bring to the world, the harmony that you feel in this lifetime. You can put that energy out there, not just for yourself, but for many. We have the Six of Cups, Queen of Cups, the Devil, Queen of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. It is interesting in this reading here that we have three of the sixes here. So we've got the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Swords, all of which, if you were to give them one word, it would be harmony, at least for me. So with the Six of Cups, your guide is asking you, along with doing the sitting with the cup, he's asking you to change your belief system. And the way to do that is to go back in time and determine what it was that made you think that you could not be wealthy in this lifetime. There's something in your emotions that's holding you back. Now, I can tell you, as a for instance, for myself, I remember watching a movie as a young child and thinking, and I have no idea what the movie was, but this movie gave me the idea that if I had money, somebody would steal my children. Can't remember what age I was at, but old enough to understand that that's a very scary thing. So my belief system held on to that for a long time. I don't want to be rich because I don't want to lose my children or have someone kidnap my children, or it was that kind of a thought pattern going on. So that was the belief that I had. And I had to go back into my memories and figure out what that was. What was creating a lack of wealth in my lifetime? So your guide is asking you to do that. Go back in time and figure out what it is that's keeping you from accepting the wealth you have coming to you. And with the Queen of Cups, part of wealth is the energy of giving, the law of attraction. So your spirit guide is asking you to take a look at what you have to offer other people. Do you have skills that you can teach other people? What do you have that can offer an energy exchange that makes people feel very cared for, very blessed to work with you? And how can you put that across in the most caring and nurturing way that you can think of? And here we have the devil. And the devil is just, I'm going to say, people do a lot of blaming the devil. And when in fact, the devil did not make you do it. You did it yourself. And your spirit guide is saying, and if you see, we have a $sign here on this shirt, which they're telling you that, the devil is money. The root of all evil is money. That kind of thing. And that could also be a belief system. Or money can't make you happy. This is one of those beliefs that you need to eliminate, because if you are doing things for other people, an energy exchange, which is your gift or your skills in exchange for money, that is how things are supposed to work. And the more that you do that, the more the law of attraction brings you more of what you want. And in this case, we're talking about money. So more clients, more customers, whatever the case happens to be. But again, you need to take responsibility for the way that you think and those old adages that maybe you catch yourself using. Money is the root of all evil. The devil made me do it. Things that, perhaps you're wasting money somehow. So you're blaming it on anyone but yourself. Again, you need to take responsibility for the things that you say, think, and once you do that, it opens up the door for this absolutely phenomenal lifestyle. And the Queen of Pentacles, again, we're in the nurturing mode, the caring mode. And this is the person who can grow anything. And in this case, you haven't been able to figure out what passion you really want. Everything that you've done just hasn't worked out. And this is the Queen of Pentacles saying, but it has. Everything that you have done has created growth of some sort that will bring you to doing that passion that you're actually going to make money at. But sometimes you have to go through trials and tribulations to get there. Sometimes you have to argue with other people or be in competition with other people and, not always win. But everything has grown you to a certain point in your life where it's leading you to this perfect passion. And here we have the Six of Swords. And again, this is harmony. For me, this is always a card of peace of mind. So your guide is saying, believe in yourself. The idea or the passion that you need to move forward with that is going to bring you in a good amount of money, it's a great idea. No more doubting yourself. And again, making sure that you are doing the daily habit. Sit for 5 minutes with that cup in your lap, with the sound of water moving around you, and just silently listen as you mentally plink gold coins into your cup. This is what you're going to imagine day after day after day. It takes 5 minutes in a day. Even if you open your eyes, lay in bed for a minute, and you can imagine the cup. You don't even necessarily have to sit in the position that she is. You can lay in your bed in the morning when you wake up and spend 5 minutes using your imagination and seeing yourself where she is. If you've got the sound of water, that's great. And imagining that cup and filling it with gold coins. You can even imagine, for instance, a dolphin spitting gold coins that they've found at the bottom of the ocean into that cup. Whatever way you do it, this is the daily habit that can make you wealthy. But do not ignore the rest of what your spirit guide has shared here, because everything works hand in hand. So pile 1, that is your reading for the daily habit to make you wealthy. Until next time, take care. Okay. Hello, pile 2. So in this reading, we are going to take a look at the daily habit that you can practice to bring wealth into your life. We are going to first look at who is offering this information to you, and then we'll take a look at what the daily habit they're suggesting would be, and then get further information from them. All right, so let's see here. Oh, goodness. You know what? I don't like that split. I'm going to do this one more time. That just wasn't a solid split, which could definitely skew the reading. All right. All right, so 7 of Pentacles. This is, I'm going to say, a past loved one or ancestor. Actually, I'm going to say ancestor because it looks as though this person was an artisan of some sort, working with their hands, and it really does look like metal. And they worked and worked and worked at their craft until they had perfected what they did. Kind of like a blacksmith that works on horseshoes for horses. Same kind of scenario. This was somebody who worked with their hands and worked very hard and was very skilled at what they did. So this ancestor is showing you money. So let's see what the daily habit is that is being suggested. All right, we have the 5 of Athames here. So 5 of Athames is the 5 of Swords, and the swords are about communication. They're about ideas, beliefs. So what this is sharing, what your ancestor is sharing with you, is that you need to learn to get rid of beliefs that do not serve you. You need to get rid of how you, if you communicate with yourself badly, in other words, I'll never be rich, I'm never worth enough. Just words like that, that you may think to yourself, even speak out loud to yourself. These are things that your ancestor is saying you need to put a stop to. So hopefully they will give you some information as to how you can go about doing exactly that. You can guarantee that your ancestor, as he was doing his craft, he was not saying to himself, I'll never be able to get this right. I just really suck at what I do. No one's ever going to want to buy what I have. You know, he's not saying any of those things. He is a 7 of Pentacles, which says he is working hard to create an amazing foundation. And because he's doing that, all he can do is grow from there. So let's see what more he has to share. Okay, so we have the Chariot, Judgment, Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. All right, so with the Chariot card, your ancestor is telling you that it's time to get moving. It is time to get moving with confidence and to choose a direction in which to move. And he's saying you have a calling of some sort, that you know that you have this calling, but you've been kind of sitting there and doing nothing about it. Now is the time, because you have a legacy to leave. You are meant to have a good amount of money, is what he's saying. You are meant to. This was a part of your life plan, but something that happened to you earlier in life has set you on a path of defensiveness rather than a path of movement. You spend all your time in the background of your thoughts, not moving forward because you're worried about what people will think and how you will have to defend yourself. Goes back to this, how you think about yourself, how you talk to yourself. And the Knight of Pentacles, your ancestor is saying, this is a slow-moving individual, and there's nothing wrong with moving slowly. Absolutely nothing wrong with moving slowly. But you need to get moving, just like the Chariot. It's interesting that these are two action cards here. The Chariot being the major arcana, which is, I'm not going to say more important, but has more impact than the minors. But the minors are still important too. But it's an impact card. So is the Judgment. It's time to get moving on this calling of yours and to follow the money. As you can see, he has the pentacle in hand. He's on his broom and he's following that beacon of money that he has always been meant to follow. But because of other things that have happened, that hasn't taken place. Instead, there's been no movement towards this calling. No building of the legacy. Just a lot of defense mechanisms going on. So let's see what else. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Lovers, Four of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Five of Cups. All right, so with the Three of Pentacles, it looks like this calling that you've had and the choice you need to make concerning this calling. It looks like you are actually meant to work with other people. Now, does this mean creating product with other people? Or does it mean bouncing your ideas off of other people? That is going to be different for each of you. This is a general reading, so that's going to be different for each of you. This calling requires a connection with self, a connection with spirit, so that you know exactly what direction you're meant to take. When you have this connection, you can follow the music, which would basically be the signs and synchronicities that take place in your life, that if you're aware enough, you'll notice. And if you want to notice those things, you need to be able to take time to rest occasionally in a day so that you can get more ideas, more downloads, more thoughts, because your ancestors and your guides know what your life path was meant to be, what you chose before you were born. They know this, but you'll never hear them if you can't rest each day or just quiet your mind. When you do this, it allows them to bring the ideas and the thoughts and the downloads to you that lead you forward on this path you're meant to go on. This is also a time that you can work on the way that you talk to yourself. And going back to this, practice makes perfect. So one of the things that you can do is if you catch yourself saying something to yourself, like, I'll never be able to do this, or I'm just worthless, or something along those lines, and you know it is not in your best interest to be talking to yourself that way, or even thinking to yourself that way. One of the things that you can do is say, I acknowledge the thought, but I do not accept it, and move on. Just don't even think about it. Just continue doing the things that you are doing, whatever that is, baking cookies or whatever you're doing. Always intercede with on a negative thought, or if you speak out loud or a belief comes up, you can say, I acknowledge that belief, but I do not accept it. By doing this on a regular basis, you can start negating or eliminating or learning how to talk to yourself in a better manner, learning how to think in a more productive and positive manner, and also changing your beliefs. The Athames here slice through the bullshit. It's just not where you're meant to be. And with the Seven of Cups, we've got the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups here, one on top of the other. And the Seven of Cups is a choice card. So is the Lovers, for that matter. It's a choice card and it's a connection card. Here you're choosing your path and you're connecting to those who are able to help you with your path. Here with the Seven of Cups, there are so many choices, so many emotional things that you feel defensive about. And your ancestor is telling you to choose one and work on it, one at a time. Work on that. Work on eliminating it from your belief system. Because you have never been meant to be at a loss or to feel as though you can never make anything of yourself. You've always been meant to be that knight in shining armor who is able to offer wealth to others, to travel should you choose, and offer wealth to others, to explore in whatever way that you wish to. You have a legacy, or you should have a legacy to share. So pile 2. This is what your ancestor has to share with you. And this Five of Athames, this is the daily habit. And this is not a 5-minute thing in the morning. For you, this is a conversation with yourself regularly. And again, when the negative things come up, using the phrase of, I acknowledge the thought, or I acknowledge the belief, I do not accept it. This is a 24/7 thing for you. This is the daily habit that you get into that is going to change your wealth status. So that is it, pile 2. Until next time, take care. Hello, pile 3. So in this video, we're taking a look at the daily habit that can bring more wealth into your life. And first, we're going to take a look at who is bringing you this information. And then we're going to find out what the habit is per their suggestion. And then we'll see what more information they have to share. All right, so let us split the deck here. So the person that is bringing you this information, we have the Five of Chalices. We're not necessarily looking at the title of this tarot card. We are looking at the image on the card. And What I am seeing here is a young girl who appears to be doing magic of some sort or gathering something for potions out in nature, gathering something that she needs. And we can see her basket here. Either that or she is adding something to certain things out in nature. You can see her pouring something. So I feel as though she tends to nature, tends to the creatures in the forest, helps things grow. She's like a mini Mother Nature in a way. And I feel as though she is a spirit guide for you, a sister witch, something along those lines. I'll just call her a spirit guide through this reading. And then the daily habit she is suggesting, it's the Nine of Pentacles. And as we see in this card, this man and woman, they seem to have everything, or are close to having everything. They have a place to live. They have a skill. They have children that make them very happy. They have togetherness. They have pretty much anything that they need. Everything that they need. And they know how to continue building that. So the daily habit that your spirit guide would like you to adopt is to choose an image that gives you your idea of wealth. What does that look like to you? In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it is a woman in a long fancy robe. She's holding a falcon. And back in the day that those cards were created, women who had falcons had time on their hands. They had tons of energy. They had money to spend, and they were the only ones who could actually have a falcon because they had everything: time, energy, and money, all the resources required to be happy and wealthy in their life. So Pentacles is about wealth, time, energy, resources. In this case, this reading is about wealth specifically. So your spirit guide is telling you to find an image that depicts wealth in such a way that it shows everything that you would like to have. The bottom line of what wealth is to you. And to spend 5 to 10 minutes each day focusing on that image. So if you can find a tarot card that has an image of this Nine of Pentacles that works beautifully for you, put it on your ceiling if you want, above your bed, and focus on that when you wake up in the morning for 5-10 minutes. But she's telling you that this is what you need to put into your mind to make it happen in the physical world. So let's see what else she has to share with you. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So obviously we can see there's a lot of pentacles here. So this is definitely a reading for you about money and life on earth here. Your spirit guide is saying you have a specialty of some sort. You have a specialty, something that you either work at already or should be working at to build your wealth. Something unique. In this case, it looks like this witch in this card is creating potions and bottling them. That's not necessarily your thing. However, you should be creating some kind of product the way that it looks and perfecting that product. And she's saying that with the Seven of Pentacles, patience is key, but it's also necessary. You're not going to come out of the gate just doing things perfectly. She's saying make sure that you build a really solid foundation. Build a really solid foundation, because that is what's going to make things grow. So be patient as you work to perfect what it is that you're doing. And when you feel, and it might be a slow process, but when you feel as though you've got it to the point where it's okay to put it out there to other people, and to realize that it's going to improve as you get feedback and things like that. You can improve your product, but get it to a point where you feel you can offer it out there to other people for a fair price. Okay, now keep in mind that money is not meant to be a stagnant energy. Okay, it is meant to exchange evenly. It's an energy that needs to be exchanged somehow. So giving a gift to someone once in a while is just fine. But for the things that you're working for, it is very important. You've put your energy into it. Now you need to share that energy with someone who is willing to purchase it. That is the energy exchange that continues a cycle that works so well in this world. And your guide is saying that you already have, it seems, perfected the idea of this in your mind, but you have tons more ideas available to you. You do not have to just stick with just this one. Your kingdom can be filled with many, many ideas to run with. It can all grow this wealth for you. So we have the Eight of Wands, the Seven of Wands, Ten of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the High Priestess. Interesting here, we have an Eight of Pentacles, an Eight of Wands, and an Eight of Cups. Eights to me are a mastery of something. It is mastering your craft. In this case, we have the Eight of Wands. This is, in the card, it shows creating a storm of some sort. Your passion has created a storm. You've practiced your magic and you're able to create a tornado. Is that a good thing? Depends, I guess, on where you're at. Wizard of Oz, maybe. But this is mastery of growth. And as we've seen here with the Seven of Pentacles, patience is required as you grow what you're growing. You will master whatever this passion is, but you have to work at it, and you have to be patient about it. You may come across, your guide saying, you may come across people who do not believe in what you're doing, who do not believe that it is in your best interest to do. And, you can defend that if you choose to, or not. Okay? If this is what fulfills you, what makes you happy, and what you imagine every day that your wealthy life is like. Again, this is the Ten of Cups. It's like the ultimate happy card. This will be you and everyone you offer your services to, whatever they are. This is what it's going to look like. And I think your guide is saying you know what it is that you should be doing. You've known that for a long time. I think you've even gone so far as to organize this kingdom of yours that you're creating but for some reason you decided not to do it, thinking perhaps there was a better idea waiting for you. And with the High Priestess, you had inner knowledge, you had extra knowledge, you had extra help, you are privy to secrets. And your intuition told you that this was the way to go. So if you're getting started late with this, no worries. They've got your back. Your guides and your higher self, your angels, they've all got your back. Your spirit guides, they've all got your back. This is what they're requesting of you. 5 to 10 minutes a day. Picturing the perfect wealthy life for yourself. And having that image stay in your head and not negating that with your words. Remember, you've already built this kingdom, and they want you to reinforce that with this. In your mind, you had already built this kingdom. So pile 3, this is what your spirit guide has to share with you, the daily habit that can make you wealthy. So until next time, take care.